He's on the ladder, and I think they're all in. Admiral Unyielding set. I Stole the Merc. Barrier 1, your favourite. Off and racing now, and I Stole the Merc from the inside stall left. Well, Bold Bidder got away nicely, and he's sprinting to the lead from California Command, handy. Admiral Unyielding. Then I Stole the Merc on the fence fourth, followed by Castaway Coral, Joe Jitsu and Sculptor Can See Them All. Bold Bidder found the top. He got there a bit more comfortable today than he did on debut, and at the 600 metres, he's a half length in front of Admiral Unyielding. I Stole the Merc 2 away third the inside. He's just being squeezed up on the turn, followed by Joe Jitsu, California Command. Bold Bidder held together. Early in the straight, he leads by 1 on Admiral Unyielding. I Stole the Merc scraping paint the inside, looking to run on, but Bold Bidder's got a kick, 250 metres to go. Parr goes for the Persuader, he's out in front from California Command. Admiral Unyielding, I Stole the Merc just whacking away on the inside, but it's Bold Bidder. He's clear near home, wandering about a bit, but he'll be too good. Bold Bidder runs off the track, but wins by a length and a half on California Command. And I Stole the Merc third. Behind those horses was Castaway Coral, Sculptor, Joe Jitsu and Admiral Unyielding.
Well, it is the Baker stable, but not the preferred galloper from punter's side of things. Bold Bidder salutes $2.90 in the end. All they did, Wayne Harris, was give you a better price, $3.10 and $1.50. Good tipping from you. It is tight for the miners. The 1 and the 4 in that photo, California Command just sticking the beak down on the line, but we'll await confirmation of that second placing in a photo with I Stole a Merc. The 7, Castaway Coral, has run a good race first up, albeit from well back in a race dominated by those up near the speed. Well done, well tipped.
Thanks, matey. I just thought that the stable are that clever. They wouldn't send that horse to the races and start him at $1.95 if they didn't have some sort of opinion of him. Good to see the Wanderless colours go around and winning there. And as I said, Josh Parr out in front. Let him do his own sectionals, and he's going to be very hard to beat. And the other horse had his chance too. I Stole the Merc. He sat back on the inside, got the run up on the inside, and still couldn't get past him. I like the way when Josh asked the winner to click up and find something, he did find that. As you said, there's a couple run home okay. First starter, California Command, and the roughie, the Crystal Coral, I think ran okay too. There'll be a race for that galloper, that mare, shortly.
Yeah, Jason Coyle's stable going really well, and he'll be pleased to see Castaway Coral hitting the line nicely there. Well, it's always nice when you chat pre-race and you get to chat post as well. Congratulations, Glenn. A fantastic performance by the winner in Bold Bidder.
Yeah, it went good, Ben. I think the wider gate probably helped him as much today as he went in later than the other day. He'd drawn in close and he was in there for a while, and that's why he sort of missed it. But he jumped good today, and Josh was able to sort of press forward. And yeah, once he led, I thought he was going to be able to beat. And Josh must think the track's a little bit better, a few off the fence, because he moved up probably into the best part of the track. And the other bloke, to his credit, he fought on good on the inside. And it was good to Quinella it.
Yeah, he has been able to snatch that second placing by the looks. I mean, the stablemate probably afforded every opportunity up on speed, but he did have his chance in behind the speed there. Yeah,
he did. He's a bit of a funny horse, I Stole him. He's still learning a lot. The other bloke, to his credit, he got a little bit lost late. I think when he got away from them, he was sort of running around a bit. But no, it's like I say, it's terrific to run first and second. It looked like that's how it would pan out, so I'm glad it did.
Good to see the Wanderless colours saluting once again.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've got a few nice horses for Ron, so hopefully this bloke goes on with it.
Between them and Derby, they've given you some good ones. Well done.
Right, thanks, Ben.
Yeah, congratulations to the Bjorn Baker stable. And Bjorn, I hope off the back of your New Zealand trip, the head's going okay. A few winners will make you feel a little bit better. And good to hear that the stable had purchased those. I did reference bjornbaker.com. It is bjornbakerracing.com.au if you are keen to get involved, and I'm sure plenty of you are. We'll just await our winner to return, but confirmation of those numbers. The one did stick the beak down in time to take that win, to take that second placing, I should say. So 3, 1, 4 and 7 confirmed across the line, with Bold Bidder taking it out. This is a 3-year-old son of Fastnet Rock. He was only at start number 2, as we mentioned. He debuted over the 1,000, and here he is claiming a super maiden, where again $60,000 worth of prize money goes on the line. You can understand why these city trainers and city stables are sending their gallopers to places like Kembla, not too far down the road, and and you're competing for that kind of prize money. And as it turns out, they've run the Quinella, so they've done a good job. Josh just making his way back, and we'll ask him about the track. So he did have inside fence, but opted to come a few off in the end. We'll ask whether that was by design or whether the horse just preferred to be in the middle of the track. Josh, we might start there. You sort of moved 4-5 horses off the fence in the straight. Was that by design?
Yeah, I reckon 5-6 horses off the fence that was the desired spot. I got to that point and he ran true on that line for a little while, and then just got lost out in the middle of the track for the first time in his life. We've asked him to do something like that, and he spotted the enclosure and different things, and he was just a little bit wayward. So the first bit of it, yes. The second bit, no.
Okay. Well, you know what? He could afford to be a little bit lost because he was on his lonesome. You must have been pleased with the performance.
Yeah, most definitely, because he's got really good speed, and he's slowly but surely learnt how to use that speed. I messed it up first up at the Kenzo. He didn't begin well, and I gave him a push, and I stayed on the inside, which was just completely cast. So he had plenty of excuses coming here today.
No excuses today. You did a great job. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks very much to Josh Parr. He was a $1.55 favourite in the Jockey Challenge, and he starts, well, in a blaze of glory today. 3, 1, 4 and 7. Bold Bidder, too good. Wayne Harris off to a flyer, and we'll see you guys ahead of race number 2 here at Kembla.
Okay, thanks for that, Ben. So Bold Bidder, they scratched him from the Warwick Farm meeting on Monday and opted to come here instead, and it's been a winning move. And he pays 310, 150. All the support was for the stablemate. I Stole a Merc. He'll be winning a maiden, you'd think, pretty soon off that. He pays $1.40. Whether or not he goes around at $1.80 again, we'll wait and see. California Command, no third divvy for him, and Castaway Coral was in 4th spot. So 3, 1, 4 and 7. The Quinella pays $1.80, Trifecta $17.30, and the Trifecta $17.30. The first 4 $136 there on race number 1 from Kembla. We've got plenty more coming up. The next race from Kembla won't be too far away.
In terms of the overall hold, about 56% of the overall as we get to Luke for race 2.
All in at the 1200. Often Racing caught them in a perfect line. Royal Bombardier gets a squeeze out of the gates. Eastern Front's 4th on settling down. And Speedster off the inside, also prominent off the very long spell. At the 1000, Speedster, Royal Bombardier, the first 2. Eastern Front 3rd, the inside of Show Pony. And they're 4 lengths in front of Another Fortune and Spot the Faker. 800 metres to go. Speedster about a half in front of Royal Bombardier, parking outside of it. Eastern Front, the heavily backed favourite, is 3rd, the inside. Then Show Pony travelling 4th. 4 lengths Another Fortune. And Spot the Faker coming up towards the home turn. Speedster 450 metres out. Led from Royal Bombardier. Show Pony coming up 3 wide underriding. Now Eastern Front, where's he going to go here? He's looking for a gap. It's starting to appear, or it got a bit tight. He got pocketed. Has to go back to the inside. Royal Bombardier in front. Eastern Front's picking up now toward the inside. Show Pony deeper out. 150 metres to go. Royal Bombardier, Eastern Front, Show Pony, and Another Fortune's running a race fresh. Here comes Another Fortune at big odds after Royal Bombardier, and Another Fortune's going to arrive in time. Leave her in good touch. Wins by half a length on Royal Bombardier, and Eastern Front 3rd, followed by Show Pony. A long gap then to Spot the Faker, and Speedsters run last.
Oh, Another Fortune gets the win, and I tell you what, it is a fortune for those who found horse number 3, $19.20 and $5.80 on the New South Wales tote, but $34 they're closed. Oh, they've managed to pull the wool over our eyes. The Lever team, Claire Lever teaming up with Chad Lever, and well done to them. They get a victory here with this 4-year-old son of Adelaide, and most suspecting maybe the 1200 a touch short, but whether they overcooked it up on speed or whether this horse just had a little bit of sprint in the legs, I'm not sure. But down the middle of the track, Wayne, they've proved too strong late.
Just threw me off, having 2 previous first-up starts, hadn't been able to run place even. The trial recently was quite good. It was only over 1,000 metres, and it was on a soft track, so it was hard to get a guide on it, but obviously they were quite keen on it there today, and it was a good win. It won't be its last winner, I don't think, this prep, because it found the line very strongly. If you're on the favourite, give it another chance. He just ran into a couple of dead ends when he wanted to get out. He was off balance when he tried to push it out, and And obviously with a horse that's had a few little problems, you don't need those little problems on a race day.
No, you certainly don't. 3, 6, 1 and 2, our numbers across the line. So the 3, Another Fortune, first up from a break, beats the 6, Royal Bombardier. The 1, Eastern Front, who, as mentioned there by Wayne, didn't have even luck. And the 2, Show Pony in for 4th. We might grab Claire. Claire's trying to walk away from me, but she knows all too well that I'll find her. Congratulations, well done. Were you expecting that first up?
Thank you. He jumped out well, and Winona trialled him, and he trialled nicely. But he's a horse that gets over a bit more ground. He's raced here before and didn't make up any ground. In saying that, the rail was out that day, so he's probably going to be in for a good prep. He's matured this time round. He's strengthened up. He's doing everything right. So it was a good win.
You did get him out to 2,000 metres last time. I can only assume that's the ambition again, but you just feel as though he's returned a bigger, better, more furnished horse?
Yeah, like I said, he's probably just matured that bit. He's had that good racing prep under his belt. He's a half to a very quick horse in that Joyful Fortune, but in saying that, he's by Adelaide, so, he's always been sharp on the track. So, hopefully we're in for a good prep and he wins a couple more for us.
What did you make of the ride? Do you have room to be critical if you wanted to?
Any winning ride's a good ride.
It was a great ride. Well done to you. Congratulations. Well done to you too, Winona, for the work you put in. And, of course, to Chad Lever, who's making his way back now. And what a pair they make, these two. Chad did a beautiful job. He was able to sit just off the speed and capitalise on it late. They've both got big smiles on their face. And by Adelaide, you can understand why. That's now career victory number 2 at start number 10. Prize money jumps up, 35,000 prior to today. And a victory will keep this horse popular in the stable for a little while longer. So last prep, as I mentioned, hey Chad, good to see you, mate. Well done. Last prep, we really saw the best out to 15, but here over the shorter trip, that was sharp.
Yeah, it was. He sort of always promised to do that, even earlier on. Just in his work at home, he's been really sharp, but he just hadn't sort of taken that to the races. And today I thought we'd probably box seat and be just behind him, but I couldn't keep up, and worked out good at the finish because he powered over the top of him late.
Did you track up kind of thinking they might have overcooked it up on speed and you could capitalise late, or were you sort of so run off your feet you wondered whether you would catch up at any point?
Yeah, I was probably a little bit run off my feet more than anything. But once I gave him a squeeze and I sort of tacked on just getting to the corner, they quickened and sort of he was just going to be there, and then once I was able to peel out and put a couple on him, he really quickened nicely, and he done a good job.
You must be excited to see him over further now.
Yeah, definitely. He sort of used to get in the bridle a fair bit, but he switched off at the end of last prep, which is pretty good, and we got him up over 2,000, so I think once we get him out over there again, if he can have that turn of foot at the end of it, well, it's going to be nice for the owners.
Well done, you'll be in the good books at home.
Cheers, thanks.
Well done to Chad Lever. Fantastic work, and Another Fortune caused a little bit of a surprise there. Some on the tote have found it, $19.20, but as I mentioned, closed $34 fixed. Royal Bombardier has run gamely in for second. Eastern Front lamenting a few missed opportunities at the point of the straight, and Show Pony ultimately runs in for 4th. 3, 6, 1 and 2. That's 2 races down here at Kembla.
Okay, thanks very much for that, Ben. So a Hawkesbury trifecta there. Another Fortune for Chad and Claire. Well done to them. 19.25.80. Well done if you had something on him today. Royal Bombardier finishes second, 170. No third dividend then for Eastern Front. And Show Pony winds up in 4th spot. 3, 6, 1 and 2. Quinella pays $30.80. Trifecta $196. And the first 4 were $477. That's race number 2 from Kembla.
And Welcome Moonshine moves in. Set for a start. Lights are on here. Racing. Century Song bounded out okay. Missing it, Welcome Moonshine. Century Song's going to be very prominent here. He's in fact contesting the lead with on the outside Ballyhoo, and the favourites now in front. Strandstorm is racing third. The outside of Thai Beef Salad, Wild Thoughts, Lonanova posted deep around Isla de Moore. Solar Energy, Mo Della and Welcome Moonshine. Century Song finds the top. He leads by half a length on in second, Ballyhoo. One away, Strandstorm on the outside of Thai Beef Salad. A length away, Wild Thoughts the centre. Isla de Moore, Lonanova 3 wide, followed by Solar Energy, Modella. And last was Welcome Moonshine. Coming up to the home turn, 500 metres to go. Front runner Century Song. The favourite's about to spin the bend. He's just being worked on by Latham. And he kicks a length and a half in front now from Ballyhoo, Thai Beef Salad. Then Strand Storm. Modella's down the outside, but about 5 off the lead. Century Storm a length in front of Ballyhoo trying to stick with. Modella's coming now. So's Wild Thoughts. Look at Modella. She's letting down after the favourite Century Storm, and Modella has joined him at the 50 and sprints past. Modella too good. Unwound brilliantly. Wins from Century Song. Third home, that goes to Wild Thoughts. And in behind those Ballyhoo, Strand Storm, followed by Thai Beef Salad. Then Solar Energy, followed by the next home, Isla de Moore, Welcome Moonshine. And last in was Lonanova.
Well, the Market Quinella have fought it out, but it was Modella. Jeff Penza, have a look at that for a withering run down the middle of the track. Absolutely launched after Century Song, who's led them up, given a good kick, afforded every opportunity, just bumped into one a bit too good. $3.80 and $1.40 for Lee and Shree Curtis. Century Song $1.30 the place. Wild Thoughts kind of made a run at a similar time, but just couldn't match the motor of Modella late, and Ballyhoo will ultimately run fourth for Craig Carmody. 10, 3, 4 and 8. Modella was very good there, Wayne.
Very, very good. I thought she should have won at Warwick Farm. It wasn't her fault. Luck didn't go her way. I thought she had a kinder run there. She got back in the field, had to come very, very wide. Horses got through inside her and beat her there, and she wasn't beaten all that far, I think half a length. But that was she had a motor in her today. She got the outside, and I wouldn't give up on Century Song. He's disappointing, just keeps running a placing, but that's the first time he's got out and led. And I don't know whether he just got a bit lost out there, but he was rated very well by Keegan out in front, and whether he just got a bit lonely, he wanted to run around everywhere, which he's done before, and being in front for the first time, yeah, I don't know, he's got to give him another chance, I guess. But she was super, Modella. She's one to follow. And Kerry Parker's horse, Wild Thoughts, I thought it was a very good run for a first starter.
All right, so Modella, a 3-year-old daughter of Castelvecchio, wins for Lee and Shree Curtis, and I'm sure the performance put a smile on your face. She was very good and improved there.
For sure, Ben. She was very impressive, possibly more impressive than we thought she'd be. I mean, she came from a city maiden back to a midway and provincial, and I thought she'd be odds on, and I was surprised about the betting. Anyway, regardless of that, I think you could say she's improved today. She was outstanding. First start, she was on a wet track, so we're probably a bit unknown about being on a dry track. But yeah, fantastic. She's a good filly. She's going somewhere.
And speaking of going somewhere, by Castelvecchio, so immediately you think, well, hang on, if we're competing well over 12 and 1300, what are we going to have on our hands once we hit a mile plus?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's like maybe run a mile, maybe mile and a quarter. So, like, she's still, probably a little bit immature, but as she goes through, she's a very exciting filly. We're very happy.
Okay, we see these colours time and time again, the Cook colours. Just tell us what they mean to your stable.
Oh, they're very important. Christine and Frank have been very good to us, and I think sometimes we've been good to them too. But no, they're very supportive, and they're very good, and got a really good relationship with them, as others do too. But they're really good people, and we're grateful to have them.
Oh, congratulations, well done. You got a nice one.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, it's great to hear from the team, and they certainly have a decent filly on their hands here. And Jeff Penza did a brilliant job too. I can't wait to chat to him. He came down the middle of the track, which seems to be the place to be here today. Well done, Jeff. Great to see your face, and a smiling face, I'm sure, off the back of that. She's handy.
Yeah, she's so nice horse. Yeah, she was last start in her trial. She just started to put things together, and I really like the way she raced today. She was a bit keen at Warwick Farm, which surprised me. It was a heavy track. She should have been half relaxed, a couple of mud back where she was, but she was keen and over racing. And I mean, it was a different story today. She just relaxed and took off when I wanted to, and never stopped hitting the line.
From the gate, did you fear at any point that you needed to give away too much of a head start, or you were always confident of reeling the favourite in?
Oh, there's always a worry. I mean, like by the time you come around the turn and they're 6 lengths in front of you or 7 lengths in front of you, it's definitely a worry. But had the option to sit 3 wide on her, which also gives you the opportunity to be a bit closer instead of trying to go right back just to get in and having to take off again. So, instructions have helped us out, and we just cruise up when we wanted to and put them away.
You'll be following her to town soon again, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Okay. Well done, Jeff. Congratulations. Well done to Lee and Cherie. They have a talented filly on their hands, and they do a brilliant job with them, so I'm sure they will with this girl, like many others before them. So she was good. As for the minors, I guess you're sitting there going, okay, well, Century Song, a beaten favourite 3 times in succession. Now what are we doing? I thought the run was good, Wayne, albeit a good run without winning. And Robin and Luke Price would be pleased, albeit they bumped into a good one. Wild Thoughts and Ballyhoo completing the minors. A quick thought on Century Song?
Look, I just don't know what they want to do with him now. Like, he's been slow away and been green. Then today he's jumped and led. So the complete opposites in how they've ridden him. And today, you heard Luke say before the race that he can over-race and whatever. He just wanted to go a little bit keen there for a little while, but you'd think he was entitled to kick and win there. But whether he's in front a long way from home, and I think he's a bit of a thinker, so we want to start thinking the right way soon.
Well, the good part is, I mean, he's gapped third, and we've seen the winner come from near last. I think, unfortunately, they might have just bumped into a handy one there in Modella. So 10, 3, 4 and 8 across the line. We're 3 races down. The quaddie kicks off in race 4.
Okay, thanks, Ben. You can thank me later because I popped her in your Black Booker show of her debut performance at Warwick Farm a few weeks ago. She was unreal on that occasion and back on top of the ground today, and wow, didn't she let down. I think she's a promising filly going forward and looking to see where they can get her. 380, 140, Century Song pays 130, Wild Thoughts 240 and Ballyhoo in fourth, 10, 3, 4, 8, $4.30 the Quinella, the trifecta 46.40 in the first 4, $317. 10, 3, 4, 8 there. The interims on race number 3 from Kembla.
Let's get to Luke Marlowe for his call of race number 4 as we kick off the quaddie here at Kembla.
The Metropolitan event. Money Wheel on the second line. They're ready to go. Starter doesn't hold them. They're off and racing now. An Unusual Prospect goes back. Money Wheel is back there with him. And bouncing out beautifully was Rush 45. It's got the lead. Straight to second was Anolfa on settling. Over Racing Footsteps on the Moon third inside of Fire Island. They were being closely followed by Monty Braveheart outside of Gwendy. Then Legree followed by Naughty Girl. And the favourites are second last and last. I speak of Unusual Prospect, who's 2 lengths clear of Money Wheel at the tail, and Money Wheel's about 14 off the lead. Good tempo here. Front runner by half a length is Rush 45. Leads from Anolfa in second placing. 3 lengths away third on the outside was Fire Island. Then Footsteps on the Moon, followed by Monty Braveheart, Gwendy. Then Legree, Naughty Girl. You'd think the favourite to be suited by this tempo. Unusual Prospect, considering he debuted at 1,000. He is off the bit second last, and Money Wheel's at the tail of the field. So Rush 45 coming up towards the home turn. He's 1 in front of Anolfa, which has run its race. Footsteps on the Moon gets off the leader's back. And coming 3 wide was Fire Island. Where's Unusual Prospect? He's still back second last. He had to take evasive action there, and he had to again. Getting off his back was Money Wheel. They're well into the straight. Gwendy now appearing on the scene has hit the front. Money Wheel and Unusual Prospect are coming down the middle. Unusual Prospect, Money Wheel. Money Wheel, the outsides hit the front. Unusual Prospect trying to go with him. And Gwendy's still there. 3-way battle. Gwendy, Unusual Prospect, the 2 now. Gwendy, yep, Gwendy. Gwendy's held on and won from Unusual Prospect and Money Wheel. Gap away to Monty Braveheart. Back behind those Anolfa, Legree, followed by Rush 45, Naughty Girl and Fire Island.
Or Gwendy, Blouses the favourite, was able to stave them all off late, and from that inside gate, Chad Lever's done a good job to get to the ideal part of the track. Most jockeys today seem to have the impression up the middle is the place to be. Unusual Prospects just had a couple of side steps at the top of the straight, maybe a bump here or there, just took a little while to balance up, but that was a really promising Australian debut. Launched a run at a similar time to Money Wheel, who loomed as the winner and just popped. So off the back of Matty Smith's pre-race comments, I'm really interested to follow Money Wheel now, because he did suggest that they just need the run, and that's exactly how it played out. But take nothing away from the winner. Well done to Ross McConville, and Chad Lever brings up a double.
Yes, good on you, Chad. He hasn't been back riding that long. He had a bit of a rest. Few stories there, I suppose. Unusual prospect. Kieran just had to try to get going because you could see the leaders getting away on him a bit, and he just tucked him behind Monty Braveheart and just nearly got on the heels there. Hooked him out, started going. Then the horse on the outside, Money Wheel, just sort of crowded him a little bit there, and he got a bit desperate. Gwendy ran out in front of him then, but I know Ross McConnell's been saying for a long while that Gwendy's got that little bit of ability, and she's put together today, albeit beating my best bet of the day. And I tell you, I follow him though, but and it's sad to see Footsteps on the Moon break down there.
Yeah, and we'll endeavour to get an update from Teresa Bate up. Obviously a little bit to play out there, but we'll make sure to let you know down the line. I'll just wander over and catch up with Ross McConville, who's done a great job there with Gwendy, been knocking on the door. And my only regret, Ross, is that when we bumped into each other earlier, I said we'll have a chat ahead of race 6. We should have chatted ahead of race 4. Well done.
Oh, thanks very much. No, very pleasing for the win. We've been trying to get her there for about the last 4 or 5 starts, and she's been a little bit tricky to train, but now we might have found the key to it. She'll probably get a bit further than that too from here on in. So,
tell me a little bit about her tricks.
Oh, well, she just gets too far back in her races and roars home, but I just wanted her ridden a lot closer today, just she didn't have to make up so much in the straight. But
yeah, he did a good job drawing the inside to find the best part.
That was the big worry, drawing the one. I'd rather have been on the outside, but anyway, got the job done, so can't blame.
Well done. We'll chat ahead of race 6. Please make it a double for our sake, will you?
Hope so.
All right, well done, Ross. And a local victory here, of course. He trains just over the other side from where we are now. I don't want to interrupt Josh Parr's Bjorn Baker post-race chat, but we might catch up with Chad Lever now for a second time. Well done on the double.
Yeah, thanks. It was great. Obviously, I'd ridden a lot of winners for Gwenda, and this horse is obviously named after her, and it's for my first ride for Ross since I've been back, so it's a good way to start it off.
It's good to have you back too. We were saying then you did a good job drawing the inside. You were probably a touch worried to be stuck against the woodwork there, but to be able to find the middle of the track, that seemed to be where Gwendy found its best.
Yeah, she did. They've said she often does her best work on the outside of horses, not happily being inside, but draw one, haven't got too much of an option, but the horse outside the leader or just marginally in front was stopping and followed the grey horse through, and he peeled and I was able to go then, and it opened up and she had room and she was happy to hit the line nicely.
Great job, well done on the double.
Cheers, thank you.
Congratulations to Chad Lever, and it's nice to hear that sentiment too. Clearly close to Gwenda Markwell, as a lot of people here at Kembla Grange were. She was a much loved figure, and to pair up, he's only been back a little while now, Chad, and he's riding oh so well, and he gets a win aboard a horse that, yeah, clearly named in her honour, daughter of hallowed crown. Gwendy breaks through at start number 8 after 4 minor placings, and truthfully she had been running well on the provincial circuit, placing 2 starts back over the 2000 here at Kembla. And fitness no drama, she's got every opportunity up along the inside there, found the better going in the straight and proved too good. So numbers across the line as we kick off the quaddie: 9, 6, 3 and 4. Gwendy at double figures beats Unusual Prospect, Money Wheel and Monty Braveheart, and a couple to follow out of that one.
Indeed, nice win there to Gwendy, and that gives Chad Lever a winning double today. 14.30, 2.70. Unusual Prospect pays 1.30, Money Wheel 1.20 and Monty Braveheart in 4th spot. Quinella pays $10.90, $149 there for the trifecta, and the first 4, $639. The interims 9, 6, 3 and 4 on the 4th race there from Kembla.
So we'll see if she can get there here. Chad Schofield for Joe Pride. She goes up to a wide stalled as Investment. Ready. Often Racing doesn't hold them. They're away now, and Investment jumped away cleanly. Nyota broke well. Dalio, Adios, Steve all up there with Tom cruising. And there goes Chad Schofield just slotting in beautifully on Investment in behind that leading group of runners. So as they go into the first turn, it's Dalio the middle, Nyota, Adios, Steve. Nice tempo here towards the 2,000 metres. Tom cruising is 4th, and Investment lobbing along midfield. The field stretches out a bit now. Highland Hustle's moving up on the outside, followed by Montgomery, Chateau Park and Flomber. Nyota heading towards the back at the 1700, led by 3 lengths. In second placing was Adios Steve. He's a little keen on the inside of Dalio. Racing solo fourth was Tom Cruising, and then Investment. A length and a half to Montgomery, followed by Highland Hustle, Flambeur, and Chateau Park is last of all. Nyota into the back straight passes the 1500 metres and leads by 2 on Adios Steve, still pulling. Dalio third on the outside, 3 lengths to Tom Cruising. Then Investment. She appears to relax pretty well middle stages on the outside of Montgomery, creeping closer the fence. 2 lengths away, Highland Hustle, the filly in the race from Chateau Park, and Flambeur is last. No change to the order, still Nyota at a free gallop. Leads by 2 lengths. Adios Steve still in second. Tom Cruising's now shading Dalio, who drops down toward the fence there at the 1,000 metres, followed by Investment with a bit of cover. On the outside of Montgomery, then Highland Hustle, Chateau Park, and Flambeur eases out 3 wide as they work towards the 800 metres. Nyota a length and a half on Adios Steve. Dalio railing up. Then Tom Cruising, Montgomery. He waits on the favourite Investment. Flambeur wider out, followed by Highland Hustle, and still last is Chateau Park. Nyota to the bend. 550 metres to go. Adios Steve niggled at. Dalio hard ridden. Tom Cruising hard ridden. And Investment's about to be let off the bridle to the outside. She's looming up. Montgomery saves ground early in the straight. Nyota by 2 Montgomery. Will Investment stay? On the outside, Schofield's had to pull the Persuader. She's grinding home. Then Tom Cruising, 200 out. Nyota, Montgomery, and Investment coming now. 100 metres to go. Nyota, Montgomery, and Investment. Investment moving up on the outside. She grabs the lead in the shadows of the post, and Investment too good. Investment runs over the top of Nyota and Montgomery, and Chateau Park finished off into fourth, followed by Adios Steve, Tom Cruising, then Highland Hustle, Flambeur, and Dalio failed today. He's back last.
Oh, don't panic about the 2400. She's been so strong late there, Investment, and she had to do well to get over the top of Nyota. I thought it was a fantastic steer. Zach Waddick took things up. He kind of anticipated that front spot was up for grabs. He pushed forward with Nyota and staved all bar 1 off. Montgomery has run gamely for John Thompson, Keegan Latham, and Chateau Park always runs well and fills that 4th position, having run from the back half of the field. So 2, 9, 6 and 8. Investment, our favourite. Salutes for Joe Pride. Wayne?
5 races gone, 2 to go. That's the ride of the day. I'm giving him the ride of the day. Back, patient. Joe wanted it ridden a little bit more forward. Chad is riding in supreme confidence at the moment. He knew just had to get into a nice rhythm. There's more speed on I think, than we all thought, and he's able to sit back and then just dig her up. She's out of a Zabeel mare, so she wasn't ever going to do things in a hurry, but she got the outside, and Chad asked her to go put down the pedal to the metal, and off she went. And she actually was giving him a cold when she went past him. She, well, I suppose when the pace is on and things go your way and the jockey gets his way, they're entitled to win like that. But that was a very confident ride, and she was a deserver of the win, I think.
Absolutely. So that's her 3rd career victory. The first, well, she's won over 13.50 in the mile, and now we tick off that box at the 2400, which sounds as though it was all important for Joe to see her do that. You did get up to the 22 earlier on, and maybe that just caused a bit of doubt in your mind, but clearly she stayed that today.
Well, she was held up that day, and I was going to put the blinkers on, so I sort of thought I didn't want to go up to 24 too early with her. She had a couple of runs with the blinkers on, 1900 around Canterbury, which were both good runs, and clearly looking for that sort of trip today, which opens up a few avenues for her. There's actually a race on a home track next Wednesday, a 2400 metre race at Warwick Farm, so we might just send her there and then give her a little break. Okay,
in terms of the ride, I mean, we talked pre-race. One was thinking back, one was thinking forward. As it turns out, he's done a brilliant job. You've slotted in 5th, 1 off. That was a beautiful watch.
She was given every opportunity, and but nice to see her get the job done and be strong at the end of 24. There's no lie in that. Like, she clearly ran the mile and a half, and as I said, that opens up a few opportunities for her.
If you've got a Zabeel mare, by so you think, and they don't run 24, you'd start to scratch your head, wouldn't you?
That was the cross of Kerry's good horse, wasn't it? Yes. He was out of a Zabeel mare. I think there's been plenty of good ones out of Zabeel mares, so yep.
Well done, Joe. Fantastic. And well done to Chad Schofield, who, as we mentioned pre-race, is just riding with so much confidence at the moment. And you could see it was like he pre-planned it. He was just able to slot in there, 1 off, and peel out whenever he wanted. That said, I tell you what, Neota's given a decent kick towards the inside, and even Montgomery's run a bottler for John Thompson too, but I'm sure you're always confident of picking them up. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, I was. I had a lovely trip around. She spat the bit out and found a lovely rhythm. I was happy with the pace. We had a beautiful kite up into the straight. Montgomery sort of cut the corner and I went around, but she just kept coming through her gears really well, and she was always going to pick them up.
From a ride perspective, the second you were able to slot into fifth, one off, were you just giggling to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it looked a race before, pre-race, but when I did get a good spot, I was even more confident.
Okay, Joe just had a couple of queries pre-race about the 24. Off the back of that, I mean, she looked really strong that final 100.
She was. She built through her gears really well and felt like she only really hit top stride inside the last 50 and through the line, so she got the trip very well.
Well done.
Thanks.
Thanks very much to Chad Schofield, and yes, it does certainly, you do reflect on the exploits of Think It Over for Kerry Parker, of course, being here at Kembla, and as mentioned, that cross has been a profitable one for those who've bought horses along those lines. So you think, out of a Zabeel mare, and we see Investment pick up career victory number 3 at start number 13 and tick an all-important box at the 2400 metres, and you would think beyond that would be no query off the back of what we saw today. We'll head back to Shani. We're halfway through the quaddie. I wouldn't say it got off to the most popular of starts, but the favourite salutes in the second leg.
Indeed, and she's been promising to win another race for some time. She hasn't been too far around the mark in most of her runs this campaign, so she's ticked that 2400 metre box. Be interesting to see if she backs up next week. Jerry does like to back his horses up, and he usually pulls it off. So Investment pays 190, 120, Nyota 230, 220 Montgomery, and Chateau Park in fourth spot. Quinella pays 690, 49.20 the trifecta. The first four $248. The interims 2968 on the second leg of the quaddie there at Kembla this afternoon. 2 more races to come.
Wraithnock bringing that galloper up into the gates, and we're set for action now. Red light, they're off and racing, and all Machiavelli and the favourites missed it 3 lengths. He can do that, but he's missed it badly today. Bounding out nicely was Shot Out, leads by 2. Come On Maiden, Pretty Sassy the outside. Also in that bunch was Sizzler, and improving the rails Close Encounter. 2 or 3 lengths away, Crystal Waters. Followed by Headstock on the inside of Angel in the Wind. Bully for You and All Machiavellian. Shot Out the leader, turning off the back straight. 750 metres to go. 1 in front of Come On Mate. He relaxes pretty well outside the lead. Third, the fence Close Encounter. Then Pretty Sassy. 2 lengths Sizzler, Headstock, Crystal Waters. Angel in the Wind, All Machiavellian giving them 9 lengths. And Bully for You is Stone Last. Coming up to the turn. Shot Out the leader. 4.25 to run from Come On Mate on the outside. Saving ground, Close Encounter cuts the corner. To the outside, Pretty Sassy. Where's All Machiavellian? He's still 7 back and laying in under pressure. Wider out, Angel in the Wind. 200 metres to go. Shot Out, Come On Mate. And sprinting quickly, Pretty Sassy on the outside. Then Headstock. It's Shot Out. And Come On Mate, Pretty Sassy, Shot Out, kicking, coming at it, Come On Mate, driving, photo, their heads are bombing out of sync. Come On Mate, prominent with Shot Out, just refused to lie down, Shot Out, and Pretty Sassy's close up. Nothing from the back got into it. As for fourth, they were past the line when I got there, Headstock and a Close Encounter. Wider out, Angel in the Wind. They were followed by Bully for You, Sizzler and All Machiavellian. He wasn't in the mood today.
No, it certainly wasn't. That is agonisingly tight, no doubt about that. The 1, Come On Mate, and the 8, certainly prominent, Shot Out. And I will say, this Kembla Grange angle has brought me unstuck on several occasions, but the 1, Come On Mate, will in fact stick the beak down in time to claim victory. So numbers across the line, 1, 8, 7 confirmed, 4 still to come. Come On Mate for Ross McConville. He's been having a great day today. 3 of his 4 running bottlers, 2 of those to win. He brings up a double. And to Anna Roper, well, the 1.5 kilos proved valuable there over the concluding stages. They just got over the top of the 8, Shot Out, looking for back-to-back wins and just nutted on the post. And then we have the 7 ultimately running third, that being Pretty Sassy. Good win.
I think it's one of the only things I've probably got right all day. I think the horse was a little bit flat at his last run. He was very impressive winning here 2 runs ago. They backed him up 5 days later, and with the big weight, he just raced flat. Got to be honest with that. Didn't get beat all that far. Now today, they've given him a few weeks to get over that, put the claim on, and you can see there when he got challenged, he stuck his head out and he wanted to win. The claim was a big help there, and I just think he's a really honest horse. Very consistent. You get 100% every time that he goes around. But yeah, just unfortunately, he probably didn't back up. But you got to try these things sometimes. It looked like a race that he could back up and win the other day, but obviously it's just flattened him a bit.
What do we do with your mate?
Don't ask me.
Right.
I'm allowed to say no, I'm not.
No.
You're talking about all Machiavellian.
All Machiavellian. Yeah.
Well, even Luke.
He said there are 2 versions, and unfortunately we
and the Price boys also said the same. It's not just me that's going to...
Who was the good one, Jekyll or Hyde?
I don't know.
Whichever
the
one
bad
it was.
One anyway.
We saw the bad one today. Let's hope we see the best of all Machiavellian next start. We'll go and track down Ross McConville again. We've got the chatter a couple of times today, and it looks as though there are plenty of happy owners on track. Ross, congratulations, fantastic performance, and opting for that claim, well, that proved to be a stroke of genius.
Yeah, no, she's going well, and Raper, we're very happy with. No, I was reasonably confident with him. He's one of those horses that wins in turns, sort of thing. So, as I said, he's a mate's horse.
Absolutely, for the owners.
That's right, an owner's mates.
Well, prize money, so you were 148,000 prior to today, and we were another 20 today. Oh, yeah, I'd like a few of them around.
Oh, yeah, I know. You can have plenty of them in your stables.
Hey, in terms of the quick back up the start prior, in hindsight, did he maybe just flatten out a touch for that run?
I think he did, yeah. So I'll wait and see what happens anyway.
So you tip him out, wait a little while, and then look what happens. Well done to you.
All right, son, thanks very much.
Thanks very much to Ross McConville, who picks up a double, and well done to Anna Roper. Congratulations, Anna. I tell you what, your 1.5 kilos proved very profitable there late. Well done.
It did. Look, he's a horse that I've ridden a few times now, and a couple of times he sort of wanted to pull up a little bit coming to the finish, but he was very tough today and very honest.
You had a nice run up close enough to the speed, and really you were in a battle late. So did you feel as though you had to lift him over the line, or did he get the job done himself?
A little bit. I think the top of the straight, he wanted to pull himself up. But look, he is honest when he wants to be, and he was very honest today. He had to get past the leader, and he did a good job to do it.
You're having some good success with Russ?
Yeah, I have been. I've had a few rides for him now, and lots of placings, so it's nice to get a couple winners on the board.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Well done to Anna Roper there, who gets another win with Ross McConville. As he mentioned, they had a decent time of it in town a week ago, and here they are at Kembla saluting with Come On Mate, who makes it 2 from the past 3, and maybe a forgive last start off the back of that info. So Come On Mate, $3.90 fixed, $3.70 the tote, beats Shot Out, Pretty Sassy, and Close Encounter will run 4th. But good performance from our winner there, and yeah, prize money now just short of 170,000. You'd like to have a few of those, Shani?
Exactly, those good bread and butter horses paying their way. That's what you want. And he records another victory here today. Quinella pays $32.40, the trifecta $570 in the first 4. $3,590 on the penultimate there from Kembla this afternoon. One more race to come.
And we're set. One just kicked out there. Red light's on. Now they're right off and racing. Missile Seeker missed it, and Latham did a good job to stay on it. Began very awkwardly, showing speed as Usain Bolt to punch forward and take up the running now. Gendarmerie straight to second. Then Victory at Omaha, followed by on the inside Madame Rupee. Now this favourite's throwing his head around, and he's been posted here, par, on City Gold Banner. He's around the outside of I Am Wild, Missile Seeker. And last was Western Front, so they break up in front here. Usain Bolt goes quickly, leads at the 1,000, half a length Gendarmerie. Third is Victory at Omaha. In behind those, Madame Rupee, City Gold Banner. He's going to have to do a tough out 3 wide. I Am Wild kicking up to keep him out there. Then Missile Seeker, and last was Western Front. These two further in front now. Usain Bolt running along. 600 metres to go. One in front of Gendarmerie. Third is Victory at Omaha, followed by Madame Rupee and City Gold Banner. Well, can these two front runners keep going? They've broken the field right up here. Usain Bolt and Gendarmerie about 6 or 7 in front of Madame Rupee. Missile Seeker saving ground. City Gold Banner with the job ahead. He looks to be about 4 or 5 lengths off the lead. Inside the 200, Missile Seeker's getting out and coming after these now. Here's Missile Seeker exploding on the scene. Takes Gendarmerie and Usain Bolt, and he's going to race clear here. Missile Seeker, after the slow start, comes over the top and wins well. Wins what running away does Missile Seeker from Gendarmerie, I Am Wild, Madame Rupee, Usain Bolt. Then Western Front. Gee, the market got it right with the City Gold Banner, didn't it? He's beat one to the line. That was Victory at Omaha.
Yeah, absolutely everything that could go wrong did go wrong for the favourite there, but Missile Seeker, who was specced in the market, double figures available early, closed around the $5 mark, fixed $5.20 on the local tote. Gary Portelli makes the trip to Kembla Grange and picks up a win. Gendarmerie for Lee and Cherie Curtis has run well in for second. I Am Wild and Madame Rupee in for fourth. They missed the kick, Missile Seeker, and I guess from that element you would say it's been a huge win, but I think it ended up being a blessing because once they punched up, they left the favourite posted. They got a beautiful drag into the race and then could explode at the right time.
Exactly,
so well done to Keegan Latham.
I can't really add a real lot to that. Blinkers on for the first time. That may have been the reason he walked out of the gates, but I think it was the reason he switched on and did something. Look at the runs when you see down the straight there. You know, you could have drove a bus through where he went. And you're right, though, where he kicked up on the inside, he ended up having Josh out 3 deep on the favourite. There's something not right with the favourite. Josh sat up on him from about the 150 out. His action just all looked out. He did get a couple of little bumps there, so I think when he cools down, you might hear a bit more. But all honest, the winner, the blinkers woke him up. It was like Superman pulling on the cape today.
Absolutely, it was. Yeah, and how often do we see it? Those blinkers. All right, Gary Portelli will be very pleased with what he's just seen. The blinkers, I want to say they did the job. I mean, they did the job at the end, but maybe they put him to sleep and he walked out.
Yeah, look, he's probably lucky to stay on by the look of it. You know, he went over the handlebars when the gates open. I don't think it actually made any difference to him, to tell you the truth. I think that the tempo was good, and if he didn't run on the day, there was, we're in a bit of trouble. But yeah, he looked good winning by 5. He's always showed ability. Like, he hasn't been far off midways and them Saturday midways and stuff. And geez, he just loses his way as a racehorse. This start business, we just can't work it out. But if they put the pace on that he can finish like that, then there's probably wins in store for him. But you need the race to be run to suit if you're going to get back, that's for sure.
Well, as it turns out, it was kind of a blessing because once he punched up, he left the favourite 3 deep, no cover. So it worked well from that aspect. I mean, this is a horse that's accrued well in excess of 100,000 now. Yes, there have been some frustrating minor placings, but you're right, there's no shortage of upside, is there?
No, he could work his way through his grades, there's no doubt, but I'm hoping this is the confidence kicker that he needed. He's a beautiful horse, he looks fantastic, the stable's done a great job to keep him up, and Elite Thoroughbreds are great supporters of ours, and his owner's been very patient, so it's good to see him the team get a good win, and hopefully he can put some more writing on the wall.
Well done, great work.
Thank you.
All right, Gary Portelli there. Let's catch up with Keegan Latham, who did a great job. Not all went to plan at the start, Keegan.
No, it never does with this horse, unfortunately. He always he likes to give everybody else a head start, He doesn't want to do too much work early on, but I said to Gary last time, I said, I think he's crying for the blinkers. I think he's leaving himself too much to do early on and always flashing home and never getting there, but definitely today the rocket fuel was on because when I asked for an effort, all he wanted to do was get the job done. So the blinkers have obviously done him a treat, and hopefully he won't stop here.
Once you did miss the start, you were able to kind of hold a spot on the inside of, I think it was Ron Quinton's runner, I Am Wild. From that point on, you got a lovely point in transit, but you must have giggled to yourself at the top of the straight. You could have driven a jumbo jet through the gap you took from the fence to 3-4 deep, which seems to be the place to be today.
Yeah, most definitely. I think the brow of the track definitely is the place to be today. The inside's nice and flush, but it ends up being slow when it's so flush, and I think that like I say, he always misses a kick, but I think the blessing in disguise there was the speed that they went. It brought them into the race and made it a solid 1,500. And like I say, hopefully he won't stop here.
He was great, and so were you. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks very much to Keegan Latham, who salutes with Missile Seeker. That's career victory number 3 at start number 22, but 8 minor placings in there as well, and prize money now north of $120,000. Well done to Gary Portelli and to all of our winners here today at Kembla Grange. It's been really good fun. We've seen some promising gallopers, particularly earlier on in the day. Medella was fantastic. I dare say that's a horse we may see on Take 2 a little bit later. Thanks very much to Wayne. I've loved having you company through the day, mate. Well done.
Been a pleasure. Thank you for joining me here.
No, it's been great. I'm sure Jace will take care of things. He'll be back soon enough. And thanks very much to Shani for her help in studio, to the team on track and back at French's Forest. Until next time from the midweeks and from Kembla.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Wayne. Thanks for your help this afternoon. Missile Seeker takes out the final event at 5.20, 170. 170 Gendarmerie. I Am Wild, $2. Madame Rupee winds up in fourth spot. 10.40 the Quinella Trifecta, $69.50. First 4, $730. And if you did land the quaddie, you needed numbers 9, 2, 1 and 3, $1,103.90 there to round out the card at Kembla today, this afternoon.